Good afternoon, Hotline.
Yeah, man, I was wondering, I'm from Ellisburg, Henderson area. We had a shooting out there on Saturday, and I didn't see nothing on News Junkie or nothing like that this weekend, though, and still nothing about it. A young kid got shot in the leg, and then some hunter did it.
Now, where was this?
In Ellisburg.
Ellisburg, down southern part of the county. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times these things, unless somebody happens to catch the scanner call or something, there's no way of knowing about it if you're in the news business. So we certainly depend on folks like you to make it known. But it was a hunting accident, is what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, it was a hunting accident. We had the New York State medevac helicopter fly up from Syracuse and picked the kid up and flew him down to Syracuse, but didn't see nothing more about it, whether charges were pending or anything.
Yeah, well, is the kid okay?
I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Don't know.
Well,
don't know what happened.
If they took him by helicopter, my goodness, that would...
That's serious. Serious enough to be...
Well, unless he was in such an isolated area they couldn't get a vehicle in. I don't know. But people got to be...
Oh, he was. He was about a mile and a half back in the woods.
How old was the youngster?
Oh, he must have been about 19, 20 years old.
Oh, so I would consider that a man, not a child. But
yeah. I think that was the age of the person that got shot, but the kid that shot him was his brother.
Kind of like one of those a Dick Cheney type thing, a friendly fire shooting. Yeah.
The Republicans don't do nothing like that.
Well. Once in a while they do. Once in a while. I really don't know, and certainly maybe I'm sure it wasn't an intentional oversight. It's just one of those things that
didn't get reported.
Yeah, because unless usually when you call police agencies and say what's going on, a lot of times the person on duty doesn't know, or they just don't want to bother with you. So sometimes those things get missed unless there's a lot of scanner traffic.
About 2 or 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, down off the El Dorado Road down there in Ellisburg.
Right. And that's kind of, I hate to say it, Ellisburg's a lovely area, and my good friend Bill Fulkerson's the supervisor and all that, but that's kind of one of those no man's lands of media. I mean, it's sort of in between Syracuse and Watertown, and it's got to be pretty bad to get somebody down there to cover. But I agree, there should have been a mention of it, and those things happen.
Okay, then.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. Bye now.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Right. That's the great thing about the age we live in, the modern age, is that information can leak out in a variety of ways through a variety of sources. It's not strictly funneled and channeled through a narrow canal, if you will, of news. It's sort of, but yeah, I mean, if anybody knows about that incident in Ellisburg, give us a hoot and a holler at 755-1240. Campaign headquarters opened over the weekend for Darrell Albertine and Patty Ritchie. They both opened them, and I know News Junkie had some nice video of both. So there you go. They're off and running. That's probably the race that everybody, if people claim to know what's going on in that race, they're BSing you because they don't really know. They've got some new, let's see, I've seen some new Albertine commercials. They got little kids and very warm and fuzzy stuff. And then I've seen some Patty Ritchie commercials for those people sitting around a diner looking like average people at Lloyd's of Lowville. And there's Darrell Albertine, he whacked us again, and the New York City Democrats and all of that. So I don't think the people in diners have that kind of detailed discussion, but some might. And it's a valid point that that taxes have gone up last couple of years. But in order to get some of the things you want, you have to vote for the whole package a lot of times, and that's not an easy call. But he certainly can be held accountable for it, and he will be. We'll see what happens between those two candidates. That's probably the most contentious race. I don't know. The Doheny thing, I just think that I got a feeling there's a national wave on that, just following events and so on. And I think he's got to get some more ads up and be a little more assertive. But he's worked pretty hard. I'm inclined to think he's in pretty solid shape if he doesn't make any mistakes. and I think he's got a pretty good shot at it, unless there's something that Doug Hoffman does that I'm just not seeing, and I just haven't seen it yet. I think he's pretty much holed up in Saranac Lake and just going to ride out the storm there, but have to wait and see on that. And the other races, Addie Russell, I don't know. I guess there's no way of knowing that, but I guess she probably has the edge as the incumbent. And the other race, Blankenbush and McGrath. A month ago, I would have said McGrath probably would win. I think it's a toss-up now. I think Blankenbush has gotten himself organized finally, and he's got some capable people in there.